I think a lot of us these days are having conversations about the economy, what things might be looking like in 2023. Once you begin that conversation, any part of your life can come into play about how it might be affected, and certainly the housing market is in that conversational topic. So lucky for us, Mark Hite is back on the show talking about his attempt anyway to be a soothsayer for us this morning. So good to see you.
You know, I don't have a crystal ball, but I do read a whole lot and look at the numbers very closely on what's happening today and what the national economists are saying is going to happen next week.
I won't make you wear a hat that you can't wear because you're not a financial planner either. But that's kind of the general tone is don't panic. Things in life are just going to change. And that's what's happening with the market, the housing market.
We're in an absolute correction, just as you and I have said here for the last several months, talking about home sales declining. You know, it started back in July at 15%, and we saw 15% in September, 20% in October. And right now, November's tracking at about a 30% decline to last year.
Wow.
But those were really inflated numbers, Julie. I mean, that was an overheated market, it was unhealthy, and we saw price appreciation that was unsustainable. So what must go up must also correct, and that's not a bad thing for homeowners and investors.
So what you're kind of looking to, what other people are looking to, is that I guess like first quarter of 2023 they're looking?
Absolutely. If you look at our first slide, Fannie Mae rolled out their predictions for 2023 and 2024. And what they are seeing is a 21% decline in home sales in 2023, but then that's to the previous year.
Okay.
And then a rebound in 2024.
Oh, okay.
So here's the reality. There's not been enough inventory. And that's what's caused this overheated market, because with scarcity, we paid too much, we rushed to the marketplace. We got a house that we needed at the time.
Yeah.
But it's really a much better market to be buying in right now because we have more inventory. As our next slide shows, we see inventory. Last spring we sat here and we had 600 houses on the market.
Right.
This morning we had 1,866. So we see there on the housing inventory that it has begun to grow.
And I guess if you try to, easy for me to say because I'm not in the market to buy or sell a house right now, so I'm just to be an observer. But looking at the overall health of our country, it seems like it's to our collective advantage to have houses not be priced out of opportunity for people.
It absolutely, and the mediator has been interest rates along the way. With the federal government subsidized through quantitative easing interest rates. And so when it returned to a fair market system, it actually, we saw interest rates skyrocket. We sat here last month over 7%, but if we can go back to the slide before here, we'll see that interest rates have actually begun to decline over the last 4 weeks. And what we see is some degree of moderating in interest rates.
Well, and it's funny to me to hear you mention that a 7% interest rate is skyrocketing. I think the first house we bought in the mid-90s, I don't know, we probably paid 6% maybe?
Oh, absolutely. I can remember in 1998 when I got my first mortgage under 10%, and it was a 2-year adjustable rate mortgage.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about ARMs.
So, and that's kind of bringing us back to where we are. I'm not a lender, but I do partner with some great local lenders, Julie, and what we're seeing right now are sellers who will agree to buy down the interest rate, meaning they will contribute at closing so that Mr. Seller has not got a 6.5% interest rate payment the first year. They have a 4.5% payment.
Right.
And then the second year, it corrects to a 5.5%.
Right.
And then ideally, overall rates will come down and you can refinance and lock in a good long-term rate.
The truth is, look, you talk to me once or twice a month and we always have a different topic. You can talk real estate. There are a lot of conversations you can have. If you are somebody looking to buy right now, but you've been renting, and those rent prices continue to go up and up and up, so it can be difficult to have leftover money to save towards that down payment. Are they shut out?
Absolutely not. I was reading yesterday that rental rates over the last 12 months had actually gone up faster than home prices. And so the reality is before you renew, or if your child, family member, or coworker renews a lease in Q1 or whenever, first call me and let's see what rates are going on, what kind of first-time home buyer programs are out there. So, because that's how you build long-term wealth, Julie, is by
Right.
investing in real estate, not by being a tenant.
If you are somebody who bought, because I've heard some rumblings of this from some people who bought when the prices were kind of high, like in the last year, year and a half,
Right.
and you're wishing you hadn't. Is the best thing, if you can swing it, just stand pat?
It absolutely is, because we are still seeing prices have not declined locally, although on the West Coast we have seen some average prices decline in the last 60 days to the previous year. We're not expected to see a significant decline, but your best bet's to hold true. But if not, get me out. I actually had a lead come in this morning that had bought last summer, and now job has relocated them out of state.
Oh.
So they're a year in and they wanted advice. They're not going to move yet, it'll be next spring, but they wanted advice on what were going to be the best things to do to the house, the best ways to minimize any potential shortcoming.
Right.
And part of that may be negotiating a relocation package that helps with some of those costs.
When it comes to your house, you got to have somebody that's local, that kind of knows how things look. North Georgia to Hickson to Saudi to North Shore. It's all a different
Absolutely. It's
way
local.
yeah, it's all local. So you can find him at the number there on your screen, 265-0088. MarkHiteHomes.com is also easy, and if you're not following him on Facebook yet, start. He's always doing something on there to keep you up to date on the latest in the market. Thank you, Mark.